The day of resurrection is a huge topic, and we need to give it justice so we can understand. And wallahi, the brothers that are here after you attend, if this doesn't change your life, you have a disease in your heart. I'm being honest with you. It is so scary. Wallahi, it is so scary. And if we don't change, Allahumma musta'an. Wallahi, I feel sorry for you. We need to motivate ourselves properly, and we need to start gaining knowledge, as I said. So let's change a little bit, huh? Instead of getting motivated here, walking out the door, you pull out your packet of cigarettes, you have a smoke downstairs, you start swearing, you start doing this and doing that. No, change. Walk downstairs for once in your life and say, Ya Allah, I'm going to turn to you and I'm going to change my life from this second. I want to be sincere. So how do you spend your nights in Ramadan? Honestly, how do you spend your nights? Watching TV? Going out, eating and filling up your stomach? How do you spend your nights in Ramadan? Think, tonight may be one of the nights that's going to be valued to what? Or equal to what? 1,000 months, subhanAllah. Let's utilize these nights. Let's utilize these nights. Instead of wasting time, work it. Most brothers say, I want knowledge. The first way to gain knowledge is how? Being sincere to Allah. Honestly, if you feel like you're not gaining nothing, you pick up a book and nothing enters your brain. Why? Ask yourself for once, why? Why doesn't it enter my brain? First, the shaitan is upon you because he wants to get what? He wants to get busy with you. You now want to worship Allah, I'm not going to let you. You open the book, you start reading one paragraph, and all of a sudden what happens? You fall asleep. You start nodding off. Put the book aside, you're energetic. You think, oh my God, what's going on? Wallahi, this is shaitan. This is the devil himself trying to put you off this religion. When you're getting up to go anywhere, say fishing, most brothers go fishing, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, there's many brothers, not picking on anyone, there's many brothers here that love going fishing. You'll stay up to Fajr fishing, true or not? True. And all the brothers go, sit there, you catch nothing, you say, Yallah, I had a good night. I'll say to you, let's go fishing for hasanat. You'll say to me, brother, I'm too tired. Had a long day at work. Let's go fishing for some good rewards. Let's get up and pray together. No, wallahi, I can't do this. It's too much. Allah didn't ask me to do this. What for? You know what I mean? But indulging in the dunya, we'll go for it. Inshallah, tonight, I'm going to give you a story or tell you a story about a girl who was Russian. And you're going to see how a person who enters Islam and takes Islam properly. Wallahi, it's amazing how she changed her life in such a short period of time. Anyway, and subhanAllah, believe it or not, we don't even know her name. All we know her as the Russian Revert, subhanAllah. Anyway, this Russian girl, she came from a very religious family, and they were a strict Christian family. Okay, they were Orthodox, yeah? Orthodox Russians. One day, a Russian trader, a guy who used to buy and sell, came up to this girl and he said to her, I'm going to make you a business deal, an offer. Because back then, don't forget, it was very hard to buy electrical goods, appliances and that. So he went up to her and said, I want you to come with me to the Emirates, to the Khalij. I want you to come with me there so that we can buy electrical goods, bring them back here and we'll sell them and make a good profit. It sounds good, easy way to make money. First of all, you're traveling. You're going to, on a little bit of a holiday, buying stock, coming back and selling them and making easy money. The girl thought about it and she goes, no problem. She ends up going with them. They end up in the Khalij. They end up in the Emirates. When they get to the Emirates, what happens? This person, all of a sudden, had this evil smile on his face. Is Ibrahim Shami here? Show us an evil smile, evil smirk. He just had this evil look and smirk on his face. And basically he said to them, I didn't bring you here for the sake of buying electrical appliances. You're going to be my prostitutes, you're going to be my workers, you're going to be my girls. And he started to talk to them and telling them the benefits. First, you can live in a nice apartment, you have men every day, you get paid, you eat this. Every single girl that went with him agreed, except for this one Russian girl that we're talking about. She said, no way in the world I'm going to indulge in this. It's wrong. And if we look at it, even the Christians and the Jews and every religion knows that this type of business is what? It's wrong. It's immoral. It's wrong to indulge in this type of sin. And she stayed steadfast. So this trader, what he done? He started laughing. He said to her, you know what? You're all alone. You got nothing. You got no money. The only thing you have here is the clothes on your back. It's the only thing. And he took her passport away. And she begged him, please, just send me back. But he wouldn't budge. He wouldn't let her go anywhere. You're going to stay here and you're going to change and you're going to do what I tell you to do. So he forced her to stay in this unit with these other girls. And all of a sudden, all these other girls started to indulge in this evil. Men were coming over, they would sleep with them, they would, get alcohol and drink, drugs and all this sort of stuff. But her, she stayed steadfast. And every single day, she used to beg this guy, please send me back. I don't want to do this. Just either give me back my passport or send me back. So what happened? He disagreed. And that one day, she started searching for her passport. And alhamdulillah, she found it. She got her passport and ran downstairs. But the problem, as we said, who does she know there? No one. How much money did she have? Nothing. She didn't know how to get out. She knows she's in a foreign land. Has anyone been overseas? Sometimes, if you're left by yourself, you think, where do I go? Especially a girl, they're not like men, they can get around. Anyway, she was crying, subhanallah. She started looking left and right. Then all of a sudden, she sees this man walking with 3 women. And they weren't his wives, huh? So she runs up to this man and she starts crying. And she started speaking in Russian. And the man sort of looked at her and said, I don't understand. I don't know what you're talking about. And she said to him, do you speak English? And he said, yes. So she started crying with tears of joy. And she started explaining what had happened to her. And she begged him, please, please, all I need is just 2 or 3 nights of accommodation just so I can call my parents and get my ticket back to Russia. I want to leave this place. I just want to go back home. Please, just help me. Naturally, in these Arab countries or other countries, you have a lot of people that rip people off, huh? So he started to think about it. He went back to his mum and his sisters and he said, what do you guys think? Maybe she's here to rip us off. Maybe she's honest. Allahu Alam. So they spoke about it for a while, and the girl was crying on the street, and they said, Khalas, come with us. Alhamdulillah, they took her in. She got home, and she tried to call her family in Russia. But unfortunately, what happened, the line wasn't working. It must have been a while back. We translated this story, by the way, from an Arabic book. So they couldn't connect through the phone. And she kept trying. But to no avail, subhanallah. What happens next? This family, and the guy's name is Khalid in the story. They found out and worked out that she was a Christian girl. So they started to talk to her about Islam and the beauty of Islam. And she had nothing, or she didn't want to have nothing to do with Islam whatsoever. They'd bring up Islam, she'd say, I don't want to talk about it, I'm sorry. Then one day, he went to a bookshop, or to a dawah center, and he got a book that was written in Russian about Islam. And he gave it to her. SubhanAllah. Sometimes, when we look at people, and you think, this guy, no way in the world he would ever change. Umar radiallahu an, they used to say his donkey would become Muslim before him. True or not? But SubhanAllah, Allah opened up his heart. Never ever say this guy will never be good. Never say this guy will never enter Islam. It's not up to you and me to decide this. It's up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, he gives her this book. She reads it. And a little tingle happened in her heart, subhanAllah. It moved her. And after a few more days, subhanAllah, they spoke to her again. And she became a Muslimah. She took the Shahada, alhamdulillah. From hardcore Christian to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opening her heart. And look at this. She was going on a business trip. A guy offers her. Look at the road, subhanAllah, she could have taken. She could have ended up a prostitute, but she ended up being what? A slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what better job is that? She ends up a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyway, time goes on. And when she accepted Islam, but the thing about this girl, she took on Islam, but perfected it.